Kenya has been urged to tap into the Africa Territorial Agency Fund to bridge its infrastructural funding gap. According to the United Cities and Local Governments of Africa Secretary General, that is Elong Mbassi, the fund has started operating and is expected to hit over 200 billion shillings in turnover as the continent rapidly urbanizes.
According to the World Bank, Africa has an infrastructure funding gap of $90 billion. The funding gap is expected to widen as more than 1 billion people are expected to live in towns in the next 30 years as the urbanization rate in the continent doubles. To adequately plan and prepare for the urban population, cities and municipalities have been encouraged to save and borrow at the now operationalized African Territorial Fund to build sustainable infrastructure.
UCLG has done the homework and created a facility and said, bring your 100,000 euros, put it there, then you can withdraw from it. Okay, so the pot must be big enough, as I was saying, to make it possible for people to borrow more and more. And then you'll get it at an interest rate you can afford.
The fund that seeks to mobilize more than 200 billion shillings in its short-term strategy seeks to lend cities and municipalities at lower rates than commercial loans.
People develop themselves. They are not developed by others. So you have to take our will to bring all our living forces to address this issue of development.
This as African economic blocs have been encouraged to set up a city and municipality office to ensure there's a provision for urbanization plan to mitigate against pandemics such as COVID-19 in future.
So these are the things that we must do in reconstructing our cities to be livable urban spaces now and into the future.
City planners have been advised to create smart cities that are resilient and can adapt to climate change for sustainability.
Persuade our architect that, look, we are going solar way, so let the solar be generated in the house.
And Africa is the region that is suffering the most of the consequences of climate change because our preparedness for it cannot be at the level that is required because we don't have enough public funding.
Currently, Africa has the highest urbanization rate in the world, with 2/3 of its population expected to live in cities in 2050. Benson Rioba reporting for Prime Edition.